And we are back. Welcome back to Esso versus Erik, where today the task is simple: stop leaking goals. In our last two fixtures, we conceded 3 to Luton, then 6 to Everton. So we've got to sort out the defence. Obviously, Varane and Martinez were unavailable. Martinez is now back for today's game, but Varane is still going to be missing. So key areas of the pitch we are struggling. We need to sort out the defensive mindset because today we are playing against Newcastle United away. They currently sit third in the table. They sit above us. And if we fail to win today, we're at risk of dropping out of the Champions League places with Arsenal, West Ham and Fulham all sniffing our tails. So big pressure on us to get a result in this one. To be honest, the way we've played the last few games, I'd probably take a draw in this, but obviously we're going to go out to win it. In real life, it was a 1-0 defeat to Manchester United. Anthony Gordon getting the goal. This was the game where Maguire and Luke Shaw had to play at centre-back due to the injury crisis at Manchester United. And for the most part, they played absolutely outstandingly and we just offered nothing going forward. But ultimately, it was a Newcastle win. Today's task, as I said, is to sort out our own defensive frailties and hopefully get a result at St James's Park. And so with all that in mind, this is today's lineup. Firstly, Wan-Bissaka comes back in at right back for Dalot. Dalot was absolutely awful in the last match and was at fault for 2 or 3 of the goals. So Wan-Bissaka is back in at right back. Maguire has to play at centre back because he is our most in-form centre back available. Lindelof's not been very good. Johnny Evans has been good, but again, pace of the game probably not suited to him. So Maguire is going to have to stay in with Martinez back at left centre back. Luke Shaw continues at left back. Amrabat is coming into the midfield again, just for that extra layer of security. Him and Casemiro sitting in midfield. Bruno with the licence to get forward. Anthony and Rashford again on the wide areas. And I'm going to play McTominay up front from the start this time. 3 games running. He's contributed off the bench. So I'm going to give him a go up front in this one against Newcastle. We'll see how it goes. We're a little bit more defensive in the overall mindset as well. We've set ourselves to positive rather than attacking. Just like I say, everything's geared to try and be better defensively. And hopefully, we'll still take our chances because we're still scoring goals freely. And finally, before we get into it, Bruno Fernandes has won the November Player of the Month for his 5 goals in 3 appearances. Obviously, of course, including that incredible hat-trick that he scored against Luton Town. So brilliant for him, but not only that, McTominay got 3rd place as well for his 3 goals all off the bench. So brilliant stuff from our 2 boys there. Hopefully that form will continue throughout December. But we'll see. Let's see what happens at Newcastle versus Manchester United. Get started once we've seen the Newcastle team, which is as followed. Nick Pope in goal, Trippier at right back, Cher, Botman and Dan Burn complete the back 4. It's Bruno Guimaraes in holding midfield, Joe Willock and Lewis Hall making up the midfield positions with Jacob Murphy and Harvey Barnes either side of Alexander Isak. 4-3-3 versus 4-3-3. Who's going to come out on top?
We shall see.
And it is once again United to get us underway. Can we see another early goal like we did against Everton? Hopefully this time for the red team and not the other. And straight away we give the ball away to Newcastle. And this is exactly what we didn't want. This is exactly what happened against Everton. But thankfully Martinez is on the cover to see the first chance of the game out. First chance of the game then is being started with a Newcastle throw-in. Let's hope it doesn't lead to a Newcastle goal. Willock's going to be driving into the box. And he's still going. And he's hit the post. Disappointing from United. Another chance and a great save from Onana to deny Lewis Hall. Maybe we're a little bit too deep. Need to apply a little bit more pressure to the ball. Early yellow card for Lisandro Martinez. He's no stranger to them, so hopefully he just keeps himself calm for the rest of the game.
Still, at least things soon got worse.
You're joking. Not another one? Oh, for God's sake, I can't stand this.
And this is exactly what we did not need and something that just never happens in real life. Bruno Fernandes has picked up a knock, has got a bruised ankle and has indicated he needs to come off. They're recommending Christian Eriksen. I think under the circumstances that's probably the right decision. Mount's probably more suited for a little bit more of an impact later on for Amrabat. Corner to Manchester United, our first real chance of the game, 36 minutes into it. Eriksen whips it in. Going to come to Luke Shaw, onto Rashford. It's a brilliant save, Nick Pope. Manchester United finally in the game. The tactics seem to be working. We're a lot more well contained, but obviously at the expense of creating chances of our own. Let's see what we can do with this one. Anthony's going to swing it out once again. Going to come to Shaw for a second time. Now Anthony once more. Who is offside? Get back onside, Anthony. You're better than that. Another throw into Newcastle. Finds its way to Joe Willock again. Is he going to shoot again? He is. And Onana makes a comfortable save. Willock deserved the goal there, did he?
No.
And that concludes the first half. And look, this is exactly what I was trying to do. We're trying to starve Newcastle of possession. We're trying to be more defensively solid. And we've now built a foundation where we can be a little bit more progressive in the second half and hopefully now get the result. Now a free kick to Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka finds Eriksson. On to Amrabat and Casemiro, who goes from range. Well over. Lascelles, Trippier. Looking to work an angle here. Through for Isak. Everyone's got their hands up. But Isak puts the ball in the net. It'd be nice if rather than putting our hands up, we actually dealt with the man on the ball. This is tight. I can't call this. Goal disallowed. I mean, fair play for putting your hands up then, but that was very tight. He makes the run. Nah, it's just mistimed. He goes too early. Or Trippier passes it too late. Good finish nonetheless. Botman now for Newcastle into Bruno Guimaraes. Spreads it wide to Dan Burn. We can't be letting him overlap us, surely. But we are. It's Dan Burn in towards Murphy. Comes to Trippier and Bruno. Well blocked by Amrabat behind for a corner. As we know, Trippier will take. And Maguire deals with. And Eriksson plays a fabulous ball down to Anthony. He's got the whole right-hand side of the pitch to run down here. He takes on his man. And whips in across towards Rashford. It's cleared. Only as far as Anthony again. And then McTominay hits the bar. It's unlucky from Scott McTominay. And that is going to be the signal for us to go a bit more attacking. So the two changes we're making on 60 minutes is we're going to bring Garnacho on for Rashford because Rashford's done nothing in this game so far. And we're going to bring Mason Mount on in midfield for Casemiro, moving Amrabat into the holding role. Again, just trying to be a little bit more expansive now. Then maybe in another 10 minutes, if we don't get the goal, we'll then look to bring either Martial or Højlund on, or maybe Jadon Sancho or something in the wide areas as well. So we've still got options. We've still got opportunities. Let's see if we can win this football match now. Corner to United. Anthony to take. Goal from a set piece would be fantastic. It's in towards Maguire. Hits the post. Comes to Shaw and Garnacho. It's blocked. And Newcastle scrambling away. Both sides now have hit the woodwork. So what I've opted for then is I'm going to go for Martial and Sancho as the two other changes I'm going to bring on. A little bit more fluidity, like I say, a bit more passing. We're going to set our instructions to play into the box. I'm going to put that on here. So work the ball into the box is going to be our instruction. And I'm going to focus the play a little bit more down the centre. See if we can feed the ball into those players and then get the winning goal that we want. Another Newcastle throw. And Lewis Hall's looked very dangerous from that midfield area. And Onana makes another save. Shouldn't really be scoring from that angle. So fair play to Onana for doing the right thing. It's going to be yet another Newcastle set piece. Which means it's going to be Kieran Trippier once again. And yet again, United get it clear. But this time there could be a break on because Mount finds Martial and it's 3v2 on this near side. But typical Martial gives the ball away.
Failure!
Well, with 20 seconds left, it looks like there is only going to be one outcome. Unless. Surely not. No, that's it. Game over. 0-0. I mean, look, I said at the start of the video, what I wanted from this performance was a much better defensive display, and you can see by the player ratings that the defence did their job. Obviously, that's come at the expense of our usual creative style, but it's something to build on. Look, winning 6-3, losing 6-4, it's a lot of fun, but it's not good for long-term planning, so sometimes you have to have games like this. And look, Newcastle were third in the table. This was not a game that, even on paper, we were expected to win coming into it. So I'll take it. I'm happy with the result. Obviously, it's not the most entertaining watch for you guys, but as always, thank you very much for watching. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. How do we find that balance between attack and defence? Big fixtures coming up for us. Hopefully we'll do better in the next one. I'll see you there.